Good morning, Facebook. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Saturday Morning Marketing Show. Once again, I'm not Marketing Max. I'm the man with the plan, Kane Tapp. I'm also sometimes behind the camera and Ruthie's point man on things. And I'm here today with Ruthie Rocks. Oh, and she's got Be Happy. And we got Laura down there, and she's got Mickey. And today we're going to talk about rescue animals and organization called Path for Paws Dog Rescue. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about the MLS stats in Las Vegas. Ruthie, you want to talk about what's been going on in the market?
Definitely. And I'm going to hide you for a minute, Laurie, so you won't be on the screen so that people can. Right, there we go. There we go. One of these days I'll learn how to do it the right way, everybody. Good morning. It's Ruthie Rocks. And we have some news today. We are in not just single-digit territory in comparison to last year's sales. We are only down 4.8%. So we're even under 5%, which is almost nothing. That's like five sales a day we're down, which we can climb that ladder really fast. Just so everybody knows, our inventory is still pretty low. It's 6,768 available homes. The good news is that yesterday we listed 178 homes, and we love that. Not only because that's what we do, but because we need more inventory, more choices for people so we don't get into multiple offers and things of that nature and rise the prices up. And yesterday we put 88 under contract. So people wrote 88 offers that got accepted, and we had 135 closings. Now, Friday's usually a pretty good day for closings, and yesterday was a good day. So we have more inventory, which is good. We're about at the 2-month mark, and at the rate we're going, that's a good thing. We're selling about 95 homes a day, so we really want to get up to that 7,000 plus mark, but we're about 100 and some homes below that right now. Some news, we finally hit a milestone. We are $325,000 is our median price. It has never happened before. That's the highest median price we've ever had. Now, I'm sure that, sellers and people are happy about that, but I don't want it to go up too fast till we price ourselves out of the market. And that's the danger of the median price growing. If it gets to 375, that's dangerous territory. And I'll tell you why real quickly after I say good morning. Whoops. Bear with me, folks. I have to
Good morning, Karen.
I have to produce and talk at the same time. So anyway, so here's what everybody needs to know. If you look at the average household income in Las Vegas, it can only support a median price of $375. So our average income per household can only support a $375,000 median price. So we don't want it to get up there. It can inch up a little bit, but the fact that we've hit the highest we've ever had, I think a couple of years ago it hit 319, but now it's at 325, and I hope it maybe just hangs in there. That's not a bad price, especially when if you take 3% of that, your payment is going to be lower than rent, and that's good. But rents are going up because there's not that many available rentals to support the people that are moving to Vegas. So that's the real estate report for today. Hopefully everybody's going to be out there selling homes and listing homes this weekend, and we're going to get out of that red figure of down being under 5%. We're going to get back into the green like we were down there in March. We were 106% ahead of the year before. So looking forward to that. So Kane, we have a special guest today.
Yes, Laura. Laura, are you there?
She's coming. Yes. There she is. And I'm going to get.
Oh,
good
lost
morning.
her.
I have Mickey. He's a little.
There she is.
Guy. Come here, Mickey.
And we got Mickey too.
Yes.
Where's Lucy?
Oh, You know how cats are. As soon as they need to be on stage, they take off.
Okay, and B's like, "Get me out of here, Mom." All right, he went down. Sometimes she sits on my lap all day. You never know about puppies, right?
Right.
Yep.
And you have tell us about Mickey.
So Mickey is, come here, Mickey. Turn around so they can see
Oh,
your
she's
cute
so
face.
pretty.
So he is a 2-year-old border collie mix. He's a little guy. He only weighs about 22 pounds. He has a cute little heart. Let me see if I can find his heart. He has a heart somewhere on his side. Where is it? I think it's on his back. Anyway, so he's a really sweet little dog. He's currently, my neighbors are fostering him right now. He was a little shy a minute first, but he's really warmed up to the gentleman in the home. He's good with other dogs. He's just a nice, sweet little guy. He's a little shy at first, but he warms up, and I think he likes to be a lap dog too. So
Oh, he looks very sweet.
he is sweet. Yes, he's house trained and nice little guy. So he's available for adoption.
Super. And so, Laura, why don't you tell us what you do?
Okay, so what we do, our organization, A Path for Paws, we've been around for about 3 years. We rescue dogs. We rescue from local kill shelters. And we also rescue from owners that surrender their animals for some reason. They can't keep them. They're moving. Somebody's become allergic to the dog in the home. Something's happened in their life. They can't keep them. Maybe the owner died. So it's the list kind of goes on and on of where we get our dogs locally. So we take them in. They either go to foster homes in the area, or we do have a rescue ranch, which is in Armagosa, about an hour away, where we keep some of our dogs as well. And then we list them on our Pet Finder site. We get to know them when they're in the foster homes, and then people will email and say, "Hey, I'd love to meet Mickey." And we kind of ask them lots of questions, see if it would be a good fit for their family. And we meet. Currently, we're meeting in a park in the northwest part of town, since we're not able to meet at our location just yet because of COVID. And then we see if it's a good match, and they can either adopt right then, or we do have a program where they can foster to adopt. So they take them, they fill out our paperwork, doesn't cost anything. They take the dog home, see how it works in their home. We normally give them about a week to see how it goes, and then they can either decide to adopt or bring it back to our rescue and maybe try another dog. So yeah, so that's what kind of what we do in the nutshell. So when we take a dog in, we get them fully vetted, meaning we spay and neuter them, get them current on all their shots. We microchip them. We give them a dewormer. What else? We get them all ready. If they need a dental, we have a dental done for them. Any other medical care we almost always have done before we put them up for adoption.
I noticed
Laura.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ken.
So, Laura, you mentioned COVID kind of putting a little bit of a kibosh on meeting some people. Has that been a big hurdle to overcome the past couple of months?
It has, but we've really worked through it. So we're normally at the Cow Ranch store, which is over on Jones and 95. It's a farm and ranch store. So we are there every weekend. We normally bring in 30 dogs. People come in. It's first come, first serve. If they qualify for adoption. But obviously that had to stop in March. So we just kind of came up with a way. Now we're just doing appointment only.
That works.
Fortunately, I have the time. And so I've kind of turned into the mobile adoption unit person. So, and to make it convenient to myself, we meet at a park that's 2 minutes from my house, where we meet out in the open air. If they have other dogs we need to do a meet and greet with, they bring their dogs, their family. So it's a safe environment. And so that's kind of what we've been doing. We've been doing that about twice a week. We set up appointments in the mornings. Now it's getting a little difficult since it's hot all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're really hoping that this is, we're getting close to being able to go back to our Cal Ranch store. Fortunately, Cal Ranch has been very gracious to us and has given us a storefront. So we actually have our own own room that we're going to have adoptions in. It's got a door to it, and it's just ours. Normally we would have to go in every weekend, set up our crates, and then tear down on Sunday. So it was a lot of work, volunteer work. But this we get to leave up all the time, so we can meet there during the week if we need to. So we're just working on getting our business license finalized, and then we're gonna be there in the air conditioning soon.
And where's this located again?
It is at Cal Ranch. So the address is 232 North Jones.
Okay.
So it's right off of the 95 at the Jones exit.
232. I'll put that on the screen.
Yeah.
North Jones, and that's off 215.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can.
Looks like Mickey.
And you also mentioned petfinder.com. Now, Pat for Paws Dog Rescue, you post your animals on there, and other organizations also post their animals on there. So you can find dogs, cats, whatever you're looking for. And these are all buddies that need a good home.
That's right. Yes, that's right. That's a great tool for when you're looking to adopt an animal. Petfinder.com. You can put in your zip code where you're located, and it'll pull up all the adoptable dogs. You can, sort it by breed, type, age, that type of thing. So yes, so we're on there. If you just go to ap4p.petfinder.com, you'll find our actual website.
Okay. And you are a nonprofit organization. It's volunteer work only?
That is correct. Yeah. Yes, we're all volunteer. 501(c), so we don't get any funding from the government. It's all based on donations. Yes.
So you guys, you put in your personal time, and, you open your homes to these animals, and that's a really good thing and a really loving thing to do.
Oh, thank you. We all enjoy it. I must say it's a very rewarding feeling. Knowing that the dog that you've had in your home for a week or two that you've gotten to know about and loved, that's going to go on to another family that's going to love it for the rest of its life. So
You said that I was reading about you, and it says that you do 25 to 30 homes. Is that a week?
that is, well, when we were doing it on the weekends, yes. Since the COVID, we've actually adopted out, I think we did a count the other day. We're probably up to about 200 dogs that we've actually adopted out since mid-March. So, but yes, on a weekend basis, it's normally 20 to about 30 dogs every weekend. Yes.
So what happens when they don't get adopted, Laura?
So they either stay, like I said, in the foster homes, or we have a rescue ranch at Armagosa where they stay and they're well taken care of until we can get an appointment for the dog, or we have our weekend events where they come in for the viewings, the meet and greets. So they will always stay with us, and they're always safe. No dog is at worried about that they're not going to live out their life. We take care of the dogs. So.
And I was reviewing some of the available pets that you have online, and let's see, I will show everybody here in a second. Let me get this up here. There we've got some real cuties. We've got Smokey, a little kitty cat, and we've got Sweetie the poodle, and Custard, and Sage, and Banjo, and I forget what this little Chihuahua's
That's
name.
Coco.
Yeah.
Yep. He's
And
a little.
It was interesting because you have a bio on each one of these animals, which I think is awesome. I mean, that you tell the history. Some of them have physical problems. I think little Coco's, I noticed he had dementia. How do you know if a dog has dementia?
Well, I believe his owner had dementia.
Oh, okay.
So his owner had dementia, and she was no longer able to care for him. So
so much for my speed reading.
That's okay. That's okay.
Just pick up those keywords, Ruthie.
Right. But I mean, I'm just so impressed with how thorough you are in the website, how thorough it is, and I what a wonderful. This is volunteer. You said, people volunteer for this.
Mm-hmm. It is. We do, and there's a lot of work that goes in. I myself have taken on the role of entering all the microchips for after we have the dogs adopted. They're always chips, so we enter in the information of the adopter. So I do that weekly, and that's, that can be time consuming. But, and then I have taken on the role of sending out a follow-up email about a week and a half after they've been adopted, just to see how the dog's doing, if they have any questions, and give them links on how they can help continue to support us through our Amazon Smile account. Chewy.com gives a donation when you sign up for a new new order, and some other items. So
if I wanted to donate, where do I go to donate?
So if you want to donate, you could go to our Facebook page.
What's the name of it?
A Path, and then the number 4 Paws. Just Google A Path for Paws on Facebook.
And 4 is the number 4.
Yeah, the number 4. And there's a donate button right at the top. You can donate that way.
A Path for Paws on Facebook. Did I do it right?
You did, okay. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. You can donate there. You can donate through PayPal through that account or your credit card. You could mail us a check if you wanted to go old school and mail us a check. We have a P.O. box that you could send that to. Or when we're back at our location, you can make a cash donation there at our location. So. Yeah.
And as an organization like this, you're accepting donations and you do volunteer work. Are you ever looking for extra volunteers?
We do. We always need volunteers. Normally at our weekends, we need people to come walk the dogs, take them out for a break, for a potty, clean up the crates if they need to clean up, fill up the water bowls. And then, eventually we need people to help with kind of be adoption counselors. Talking to people that are interested and kind of helping match a dog that would fit in their situation. So,
what about foster homes?
Foster homes are always needed. And fostering, it's great. I always hear, oh, I couldn't do that. I would keep them all.
Yeah.
But, when you look at it as well, this dog is going to be not taken care of, or it's going to be in my home. I might get a little teary when it leaves, but I can move on and take on another dog. So, people, I don't know if they need to try it first before they decide. And sometimes I might think, no, I don't want to keep this dog, but I've had fun while he's been here. So, and myself, our family, we have 3 dogs, and that is plenty for us. So when we bring in a foster, it gets a little crazy, but it's fun. And then they get adopted and we can start over. So we're always looking for foster homes. Really to qualify for a foster, you just need to make sure that you are able to have more dogs in the home if you rent. If you have other dogs, we would do a meet and greet first with the dog that you're going to foster with their dogs, just to make sure everybody gets along.
Of course.
And, the whole family needs to come and meet the dog just to make sure that the dog, is going to be okay with the kids. So it's, and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's probably, sometimes it can be short term, like little Mickey. He's probably not going to be there very long because he's so cute.
He's lovable.
I know. He's just been hugging you the whole show.
Yeah. And we especially need homes that will foster big dogs. Everybody loves to foster a little dog, but a lot of times there's not a lot of little dogs out there available for adoption, I think, because they get adopted so fast. So we always have a need for big dog fosters. So if anybody's out there that loves big dogs and wants to take on one occasionally, we would love to have you.
So do you classify a Labrador Retriever as a big dog?
Yes, that would be a big dog.
Yeah. Not like a Mastiff.
Right. Big dogs, I would say 50 pounds and over.
Yeah.
Would classify as a big dog. So, yeah.
And do you have any heartwarming stories to tell us, Laura?
Oh, gosh, let me think of my bank of heartwarming stories. Yes. So we can talk about, let me think of who I can talk about. I do know, hopefully this is going to be a very soon heartwarming story. We have a pair of golden retriever mixes that we rescued from the shelter just a few weeks ago. We rescued from a shelter in Kingman, Arizona. And I think Mickey's ready to get down. You want to go sit in the bed? Yeah. I got a bed for him right there. You just want to load it? Huh? Maybe? Get a little antsy. So they were turned into the shelter along with another dog. The owner was contacted, and the owner said, "No, that's too far for me to drive. I'm not coming to pick up my dogs." 3 dogs they left at the shelter. So we rescued the dogs, brought them to our rescue ranch. When we were taking pictures, because we like to get good pictures so we can post them on our website and our Facebook page, they were taking pictures of, I believe the dog was named Bubba. So Bubba was laying down, looking really cute, and Pup Pup, the other dog, was kind of to the side, and Pup Pup walked up, plopped right down next to Bubba, and put his paws over Bubba, and just sat there together. And we said, well, they need to go together. They need to be home together. They love each other. So they do have a meet and greet with the family on Sunday morning. So fingers crossed that works out. So.
So they come as a pair. That must be even harder to find parents for.
That is a little harder. Sometimes it is, yes. But there's angels out there, people out there that love to have 2 dogs. Maybe they just lost one, and I can think back over during March, we've had at least 2 to 3 bonded pairs that have gone home with a family. So and it works great. Sometimes 2 dogs better than one. They keep each other company.
Yes.
Dogs are pack dogs. They like to have, a lot of them like to have a group together. So, yes.
Ruthie, you've always had 2 dogs.
Always had at least 2 dogs,
Abby,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm 73 and I've had a dog since I was 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
And they've all been the same breed. I've stuck with the Boston Terriers.
Uh-huh.
And I guess Kane, there were a couple months there a year ago because we lost 2 puppies at the same time. One of them died of a broken heart. And when the older one died. So we were without a puppy for a couple months, and then we got Be Happy, and then I went in Alabama. I went back and got Rocky. So Rocky was an only child, and we just love our babies. And it's interesting, Lori, when we came home for those couple weeks when we didn't have a puppy, it's like we didn't have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have children, and you come home, you open that door, and you can't. It's not time to feed the puppies. It's not time to take them for a walk, and you lose your purpose.
You do.
It's
that
part
unconditional
of your
love,
life.
right? They don't judge you on anything. It's unconditional. So it's a new day every time you walk in the door to them.
Yes, and
So that may be with dogs, but cats, when they look at you, they are judging you.
And
I see that look in their eyes. They're looking at you like, no, dude. Mm-mm.
I remember when Kane got Lucy, Miss Lucy.
Mr. Lucy.
Well, you thought it was a female.
Yeah, Lucy. Lucy's a rescue, and Lucy had quite a bit of a backstory too. We found this out after the fact. One of the technicians, they were on their way to the animal hospital, and they saw a box on the side of the road with a paw sticking out of the side. And it was all taped up. This was in July. This was last July. So 110-degree heat. She sees this paw sticking out of a box. So she gets the box, gets in her car, and gets to the animal hospital. And they have to cut it open because it's all taped up. And there's 7 cats in there.
Oh my gosh.
There was 3 full-grown cats and 4 kittens, and Lucy was one of the kittens. And they had the eye thing that 90% of the cats do, so he needed antibiotics and the gel. And when he came home, they told us it was girl. And so we named him Lucy because my wife's Persian, and loose is a word that means spoiled. So Lucy, loose, it kind of made sense because we're going to spoil this cat rotten.
Right.
And he was so tiny. He was barely 2 pounds. Now he's tipping the scales at 16, and he's not fat. He's just a big cat. Yeah. I mean, he's all muscular. He's like a bodybuilder. And when you love your pets and you take good care of them, they grow up to be strong and healthy. And I like Ruthie. I've had a pet since I was 14 too, and it was always cats. It wasn't dogs.
Right.
But, for the past couple of years, I didn't have cat. And now, for another year now, we've got this cat in our life, and, he's our baby.
Yeah, I know. They're just like your children. Just like a terrier.
Karen's got a little story for us.
Yeah.
So she lost She lost her puppy 16 years ago. Yeah, and got a new baby, Jazzy, who the spoil rotten. Yeah, and you never forget the ones that have passed on and gone away. Yeah, so was when you got to lose them. That's probably up there with just any loss with a person. You know, because you love these animals unconditionally. They love you back.
Well, Kane, you weren't with us when we had Cincy, and when Cincy died, John almost had a heart attack.
Oh my God.
He was so attached to that little girl. And that was very sad. And, you know, and he says, I don't want another puppy. I don't want another puppy. And I immediately got us another puppy, unbeknownst to him. I said, come on, we're going to the airport. What are we going to the airport for? So we went and we picked up this little puppy I had found. But John said that, you know, the next thing he's going to get is a turtle, because turtles outlive you.
Well, at least you get a turtle, not a parrot, because you know parrots learn to talk and they live forever too.
Yes, parrots. Yes, yeah.
Oh, we got a correction. Karen's dog was 16 years old, not 16 years ago. See, my speed reading just got the best of me.
I
I do have another neat rescue story.
Cool.
My family and I we fostered a little dog, and she was a border collie mix. She was probably about 8 years old, and she had something, a growth or something on her side, so we had to get it removed. So we had it taken off, and then for some reason it wasn't healing, so they had to go back in and fix the growth on her back. So we probably had her for about a month. Her name is Grace. And just the sweetest little dog, would just curl up at your feet, and she was good with my kids, and she was just a really nice little dog. So, you know, we got a little attached, and we were pretty, we wanted to make sure she got a great home. So she got adopted by a couple that has an airplane, and she flies around all over in an airplane. So just having the best life. So that was a neat story, because she was a sweet little girl, and she kind of had a lot of medical problems that we had to help her through. So, so yeah, that was a neat story as well.
Well, you know, we think that we adopt the pets, but I think they adopt us.
I think so. I think they do. Yes, I think they do. Yes. And we've been doing this, my husband and I, we've been married 24 years, and we've been fostering for 23 of those years. So, and my kids have grown up fostering dogs, and they know the routine that, you know, we love them, take care of them, and then we see them off to a new home. So, and occasionally we'll be a foster fail when we have a spot open in our home. So,
Wow. So Karen says that she takes her dog to the office and she runs the office. we understand that, because we take our dogs to the office every day too.
Oh, that's
and yeah, it's a nice. People come back to. We're in real estate. They come back to see, agents come back and clients come back to see our puppies. You know, not to see us, but they want to be happy in Rockies.
Exactly.
They add a nice touch to life, I tell you.
They sure do. They sure do. So, yes. And one of the fun things that I've enjoyed being the mobile adoption coordinator during all this is getting all the updates from people, because, you know, it's more of a one-on-one that I'm having with people and connecting and getting them a dog. And, you know, the other morning I woke up to a cute picture of this little Chihuahua named Chewini. He was a kind of a quirky little guy. He was very quirky on who he liked and who he didn't like. And so he'd gone to a few different foster homes because he just wasn't working out on a foster home. And he went in another foster to adopt and just didn't really do well with the gentleman in the home. And then a lady came along, she and her husband wanted to foster him, try him out, and they love him. She had sent me a picture of him snuggled up right next to her husband.
Aww.
And this little dog didn't like men for the longest time. And it was just the sweetest thing. So, and she, you know, a big thank you. And we love this little guy. And thank you so much for helping us find our little dog. So,
yeah, it's like finding a friend. I mean, you know, you don't like everybody and they don't like everybody, but when you find a match,
yeah,
I mean, it something clicks, that chemistry happens.
It does. That's correct. Yes. So,
Now, when you're matching up, the pet with the owners, I think we talked about this before the show. Um, there's a bit of a vetting process, isn't there?
there is. We like to see, you can see a cute, fluffy puppy dog, but is your lifestyle going to be what this dog needs? Is this, are you, not very active and kind of a couch potato, and this dog loves to hike and needs to get some energy out? So we really try to see what your lifestyle is and match you up with the dog that's going to work for you. Um, and size wise too. Are you sure you want a big dog when maybe you have, you know, mobility problems or that type of thing? So, and you have kids in the home. Well, we already know this dog is not good with kids, so that's not going to work for you. Or you
Yeah.
have a cat, and we already know that this dog doesn't like cats or chickens. When we rescued from Kingman, it's kind of a rural area. So several times these dogs have been turned into the shelter because they've killed the chickens. So, and people in Las Vegas do have chickens. So we just have to make
Yes.
sure. It's
Yeah.
funny when we ask them, they're like, chickens. We're like, well, people do have chickens here.
They
so
do, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be chicken dinner for the dog. So I've got to make sure. Or livestock. Sometimes we have some dogs that have turned in because they're not good with horses. So, yeah, so we really do ask a lot of questions, and especially during all of this COVID information, we've asked, how's your lifestyle going to change once you go back to work? Is the dog going to be left home for 10 hours? Is somebody home during the day, or can you come home at lunch and let the dog out? So, because we don't want to get a very active dog into a home that's going to be left at home for 10 hours with no exercise, versus an older dog that maybe was fine with, being home alone 10 hours. So that's we've been asking that question every time somebody's interested. And we get a lot of people saying, thanks for asking that. That is a good thing to ask. Because you might not know the dog's going to have separation anxiety because you're there all the time. But then once you go to work,
Yeah.
We might find
Things
out
are going to
a
change.
different side of the dog. So, yeah.
So I noticed that one of the requirements, or one of the things that you do, is that you spay or neuter the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So what if someone wants a dog that isn't?
Well, legally, we can't
do it.
adopt out a dog that's not spayed and neutered. Yeah, that's a city ordinance. It has to be spayed and neutered. So, and actually, every dog and cat owner, it has to be spayed and neutered by the age of 4 months, unless you have a breeder's permit. That's what the law is. So we do have people that'll try to slip you a little money and say, "Hey, can I have it without it being spayed?" No.
So if they have a breeder's permit, can you do it?
I believe that we can. If they have a
Yeah.
breeder's permit, I believe that we can. So, I actually have never had that situation myself personally with somebody that has a breeder's permit, but our dog would be, the dog that we would adopt out to them would be spayed and neutered.
Yeah.
Now, their dog and the people that are adopting their dogs also have to be spayed and neutered unless they have the breeder's permit.
I
So,
see.
or there's a medical reason why the dog can't be spayed and neutered, maybe a heart murmur, that type of thing. But
Yeah,
those
very good information.
Yes. Yeah. And we do get people that don't like that, but there's, that's not our,
That's not what you do.
right.
That's not your niche.
Right, exactly. And that, we're trying to stop the overpopulation of dogs. So we're not going to adopt out a dog that's not spayed and neutered. So, yeah.
And I think what people don't realize too, I mean, we've bred Boston Terriers before, and it is a lot of money. It is not cheap to have puppies.
Right.
And to take proper care of them and get them, all their shots, and feed them and find them a good home. We had a little boy came to our door. We had advertised some Boston Terriers for sale when we did this, and a little boy came with a huge, I think what must have been a 4-quart tomato paste can filled with pennies. Yeah, and he gave us, and he was so cute. He had a whole story. He says, "I want to buy one of your Boston Terriers, preferably a little boy." And he said, "I've already researched that Science Diet is the best kind of food to feed them, and I'm going to take," and he had this whole litany of things that his resume of how he was going to take care of our dog if we would accept the pennies, which we did.
Oh,
We did. And I think it was maybe $100. And puppies, I mean, that didn't even come close, but
right.
it's more important that he had a good home than the
Right.
money. But luckily we were in that position, we could do that.
Oh, that's sweet. That's a
Yeah.
feel good story there.
Yeah. It's so cute. I can still see him.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Ah.
And his parents waited in the car. He came up the
Oh,
steps and he was just adorable. Yeah. I love kids. I never had
oh,
kids, so I have puppies and I love
yeah.
kids and dogs and cats, Kane. I do like kitty cats. I'm
Yeah,
allergic to them though, you know?
I
Mhm.
know, but I always show you the pictures and the
Yeah.
videos, and you always go, "Oh."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well, this has been a great show for everybody, and I want to just shout out to please don't hesitate to donate. Go on Facebook, a Path for Paws. I always have a problem saying that.
Path for
Path
paws.
for Paws,
Pause.
and donate. Laura would be much appreciative. And how many dogs do you have right now up for adoption, Laura?
Oh gosh, let's see. We probably have about it's hard to say, 60 maybe, because we've
Uh
got
huh.
some at the ranch, and we have a lot of seniors available for adoption. We just recently had two senior dogs, and I'm talking 14-year-old dogs, go into two different foster homes. So this will probably be, almost a hospice foster to adopt, those are some feel good stories that happened just this past week. So yeah, I'd say we have maybe 50 to 60 available dogs. So
Super.
yeah,
Yeah.
check us out.
Well, Laura, how can someone contact you? I'm sure they can contact you on Facebook, but what about your phone number? Can they call you?
Yes, so our rescue phone number is 702 6469.
6469. Let me post that for everybody to see.
And that is actually our director, our founder. That is actually her number.
Okay.
So her name, well, you could just put a Path for Pause, but she
Okay.
would be able to answer questions. And then we
Very
also have we have an email. They could email us. So the best way to do it is go through Pet Finder. And if you see a dog that you like on there, you shoot us an email directly about that dog, and we can get back to you. So
Yes, and
And I'll put a link to it in the comments.
okay, very
Yeah.
good, very good. And it is a great website. I'm so impressed with the website. We build websites, and I want to tell you that is a great website.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and the information is invaluable for one that's looking for a pet.
Mhm.
Laura, it's been so much fun. And we're out of time today, and I will make sure that lots of people see this. I will boost it out there to social media land, and
Oh,
we'll put it on YouTube and LinkedIn. And oh, there's Miss Lucy or
thank
Mr.
you.
Lucy.
And
Miss
you can
Prince
see
Lucy.
Mickey, but I think he's ready to leave. So
Thank you, everybody. We love you, and thank you for joining us today. And Laura, thank you so much. It's been
you're
a great show. And Kane, any words of wisdom? Like, share,
Like
love.
Bob Barker said, spay and neuter your pets.
That's right.
And you were going to say an outro.
Oh, an outro. Oh yeah. So if you kind of put me on the spot here.
I did.
Yes, you did. I see what you did. Yeah. So also, in addition to doing Facebook, we're going to also be putting these shows on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like, hit that bell for a notification, share and comment, and help us move up in the YouTube algorithm.
Yes, we are. We just started our Ruthie Rocks YouTube, and we want to get some traction there and get the word out of all the good things that people we have on the show and the things that we do. So give us a subscribe and hit the bell to get reminders so that you get reminded. We post one show a week, don't we, Kane?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
All right, everybody. Laura, thank you again so much.
You're welcome.
And yes, we look forward to helping you with donations.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, everybody.